medley team. They'll look to qualify, look to get in the top 12 so that the team automatically is in for Tokyo. And here we go now, march out for our men's 400-meter individual medley A final.
Yeah, and this is going to be an exciting one. Now, I've spoken a few times about Tristan Cote. When he's on, and I used to train with him and understand the toughness that is required in an event like this. So you begin to appreciate. He's also a freestyle specialist also. So keep an eye on him coming home. But again, we have so much talent in this. Josh, as mentioned, he will be swimming in lane 5. Josh in lane 5. He's going to be the second best in terms of personal best times. He has a time of 4:18.65. He's also been the only other person to be under that 4:20 mark.
And these two swimmers swim the race a little bit differently. Cote a little bit more relaxed relative to Zakala on the front half of the race. We should see Zakala out. Some fantastic back-end swimming is going to come out of Cote. He is very strong in the breaststroke. And as you said, a bit of a freestyle specialist. He's quite strong in the 400-meter freestyle. But both he and Zakala split almost exactly the same this morning on the 100-meter freestyle. So while Zakala may take the lead early on, expect to see Cote come up on the breaststroke, and then all bets are off when they turn on to the freestyle.
Yeah, I was hoping to see Cole Pratt in this. He had a great race this morning. He's scratched that to focus on other events here this week. So it's all eyes in the middle of the pool right now, but there is a lot of new opportunity to reach the podium in this heat of 10 men.
And as you said, we did see a solid swim out of Pratt this morning, not in our A final tonight. He's got a number of events. He's entered in 9 events here this week, not likely to swim them all. Looking at his best opportunity to move up from the junior team last summer, potentially to the senior team. So we'll see him later on in the program. But right now, our focus is on the middle of the pool. Cote in 4 and Zakala in lane number 5.
And as Sydney mentioned when she was doing her post-race interview, the hardest part of that IM is that dive in, the knowing that it's starting and having to take that gear off of the mental side of it and just go and learn how to forget that pain as hard as it feels and give it your all. And this is exactly what we're going to see in the next 3 strokes of this 400 IM.
All you can do is hope that that pain washes away when you dive in and that anticipation, because it doesn't get any easier than the dive into the pool. It's all harder from there, hitting the wall in the first 100. Look at that, Montana Champagne. He won the U Sport Championships early in February, a time of 4:24. Champagne this morning went a little bit faster, 4:24.14. Moving up in lane number 2, that's Brian Palaschuk from Regina. He swam for the University of Regina Cougars, was a medalist at the U Sport Championships. Great to see a program like Regina producing finalists, especially an event like the 400 IM.
And I talk about this being an event to really show your team's depth, but amazing, as mentioned, someone from Regina really making moves here, and we're seeing Brian Palaschuk, he flips there at second in that 150-meter mark.
Zakala now moving up in lane number 5. We saw a very strong backstroke leg this morning at 105. He was a second and a half better than what Cote put up on the backstroke. So Zakala looking now to build himself up a little bit of a cushion before they turn onto the breaststroke. But Cote, he's right there with him. This is a dangerous spot for Zakala to be in at the halfway point.
And Tristan Cote swims is very similar to Sydney Pickram. Not that he lacks butterfly or backstroke abilities, but uses his breaststroke and his freestyle to his advantage.
And here comes Cote. Cote, a second and a half better than he was this morning at the halfway point. And look at this. We've barely gone 25 meters, and Cote has gone beyond Zakala in lane number 5. This morning, Cote, he was 2:42.9 at the 250-meter mark. We'll look to see if he's better than that.
I think what's so cool about the sport of swimming is it continues. Once you're in the swimming family, you'll never leave it. And I'm looking right now across the pool at Brian Johns. He's coaching for the UBC team. He's watching these 400 IMers. I can't even imagine what's going through his mind, but he is our man to beat, and we've continued to talk about him, but he's in the building watching the next generation.
I'm sure he's very thankful that it is not him in the pool right now in this final of the 400 IM. Kotedu doing a great job through the first 50 meters, almost 2 seconds better than he was at the 250 meter mark. We're going to look to see. He's got to be down at 3:18 to get close down to that cut of 17. Let's see where he is at the 300 wall. Look at this, 3:17.74. He's only got to come back in a minute point to get under 4:17.9 qualifying time.
It's going to be close, and he looks to have a pretty solidified first place position right now, but he's now racing the clock. He's looking for that 4:17.90 barrier to break that FINA A. That's his guaranteed spot in the world's team. That's his goal coming here tonight.
He's got to be around 3:48 as he comes to the 350 mark, and he is 3:48.2. That means he's got to go 29.6 on this last 50. It is doable. He's going to have to pick it up. He looks like he's got a lot of energy left there on the legs in lane number 4. Cote having a great run in this 400 IM.
It's going to be close. 10 meters to left.
Cote looking very strong. 10 meters left to go. Keep your eye on the clock. It is 4:17.90. And he does it by 5/100ths of a second. Just underneath that cut. Tristan Cote, a great swim for him. Second going to Champagne with a 3-second best time in lane number 6. Colin Gagne picking up the bronze in 4:21.49. How about that, Brittany? Underneath the cut by 5/100ths of a second.
And he just sneaks under there, and he took a breath that second last stroke. I was almost about to freak out, but we're good. An unbelievable swim there from Tristan. That's toughness right there. That is 4 strokes of being tough, and I know that face right now is absolute relief. I know I spoke to him quickly before the race, and all he had to say was, it's just this face of half fear, half excitement, half I'm ready for this. And right now, that's what we're seeing. We do have a disqualification that was just announced. It was lane 1, the swimmer Brody Young, so he was out of the mix for podium potential, team potential. Still unfortunate to go a whole 8 laps and have a disqualification. But they're your newest member of the World Championship team. We're about to hear from him. Tristan Cote in lane 4. 4:17.85, 5/100ths of a second under that time.
I think we're going to see, as you said, a face of relief and a face of excitement. Tristan Cote, 4:17.85, trying to catch his breath before he gets a chance to speak to Chris Highmark Watson. It looks like he's our newest member of the men's team, going underneath the standard here in the 400 IM, 4:17.